All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to take a wrecking ball to one of the biggest ideas in personal finance. We're talking about a completely different way to think about wealth, one that could get you to the life you want way faster.
I know, that's a pretty intense way to start. But what if the reason so many of us feel stuck financially isn't because we're not saving enough, but because we've been handed a broken map from day one?
I mean, does that sound familiar? That feeling of constantly putting life on hold, sacrificing today for some future that just feels like it's always on the horizon. Well, if it does, then you're in the right place, because we're about to challenge that entire concept.
So, first things first, let's really break down the plan most of us were taught. You know the one our parents told us, our teachers told us, the one that's supposed to be the only path to financial safety.
Yep, there it is. The old formula. Grind it out, put off your dreams, squirrel away money for decades, and then maybe, if you're lucky, you'll have enough to finally start living. But here's the real question. Is this path even possible for the average person? Does the math actually work?
And to really get why that plan is so shaky, we've got to look at two totally different ways of thinking about money. It's not just semantics. These are competing philosophies. Accumulation versus cash flow.
Okay, so here's the crucial difference. Accumulation is all about building a giant, static pile of money. It's about hoarding it. Cash flow, on the other hand, that's about creating a constant, dynamic current of money moving through your life. Think of it this way. One is a stagnant pond, and the other is a powerful river.
So let's put this old-school accumulation plan under the microscope. Now, people will talk about compound interest, and sure, that's a real thing. But just to see the massive mountain you have to climb, let's look at the raw savings you'd need. This is where it gets kind of scary.
The big one. $1 million. It's the magic number for being rich, right? But what does it actually take to save that much?
Yeah, 833 years. If you save $100 a month, that's how long it would take you to hit $1 million. I'm not kidding, that is not a typo. That's not a lifetime plan, that's a plan for your entire family dynasty. Okay, but what if you're a super saver? Let's say you somehow manage to put away $1,000 a month, which is a huge ask for most people. Even then, you're still looking at over 83 years. You start saving at 20, you can finally relax when you're 103.
Look, it's pretty clear this plan is basically designed for you to fail. For almost everyone, the math just doesn't add up. So there has to be a better way, right? Let's flip this whole thing on its head. And this next part is the big aha moment. This is the key idea that changes the entire game. We're going to stop focusing on the pile of money and start focusing on what the money actually does for you.
I mean, seriously, think about it. If you magically had $1 million in your account tomorrow, you wouldn't just stuff it under your mattress, would you? Of course not. You'd make that money work for you. You'd invest it to generate income.
So what would that actually look like? Well, $1 million, invested super conservatively, let's say you get a 6% return per year. That's 60 grand a year. And what does that break down to month after month coming into your bank account? $5,000.
And that, right there, is the secret. The goal was never the $1 million itself. The goal was the lifestyle the $1 million provides. The freedom, the security, that all comes from the cash flow, not the cash pile.
This is it. This is the equation you need to burn into your brain. The two sides of this are equivalent. This means if you can figure out a way to create $5,000 a month in passive income, you have achieved the exact financial equivalent of being a millionaire, without needing to spend 83 years saving up for it.
Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how in the world do you actually do it? That's the billion-dollar question, or I guess the $5,000 a month question. Let's get into how you can actually start building this.
And here's the best part. This doesn't mean you have to quit your job tomorrow and risk it all. No way. This is about using the time you already have, your evenings, your weekends, to build income streams that work for you, even when you're not. And look, there are a ton of ways you can do this. You could start simple by becoming an affiliate. Basically, you get paid to recommend products you already like. Or, hey, maybe you're an expert in something. You could create your own course or ebook, something you build once and sell over and over. If you like bringing people together, a paid community or membership is a fantastic way to build recurring revenue. Or you could even team up with someone on a joint venture. The point isn't to do all of them. It's to find one that feels right for you and just start.
All right, to really drive this whole idea home, I want to leave you with a powerful analogy. Because once you start seeing money this way, you can never go back.
Think about it. Blood doesn't do any good just sitting in a bucket. It's only useful when it's flowing, when it's circulating through your body, delivering nutrients and keeping you alive.
Money is the exact same. It's only powerful when it's moving, solving problems, creating opportunities. And entrepreneurs, they're the heart that keeps it pumping.
We all know the answer to this, right? When blood stops moving, when it gets stuck and starts to pool in one spot, it creates a clot. And that's incredibly dangerous.
And that is the devastating truth about the accumulation model. People are taught, they are literally programmed to spend their entire lives intentionally building a giant financial blood clot, choking off their ability to actually live.
So I'm going to leave you with this one simple question. Take a hard look at your own financial plan. Is it designed to create circulation, to create freedom, to create life for you right now? Or are you slowly and carefully building a dangerous money clot for a someday that might never arrive? The choice is yours.